Okay, so to understand addition and subtraction with base 5, we first have to understand really what we know about our base 10 system and addition and subtraction already, because we can use what we know about the base 10 system to help us in our understanding of the base 5 addition and subtraction. So for just a second real quick, we're going to review base 10 and cover maybe for the first time base 5. So in base 10 we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try to separate that from our base 5 system. Okay, so for base 10 our digits are 0 through 9. Those were our counting digits. Those are the digits we have available to use. In base 5 system we only have 0, 1. I skipped 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 0 through 4 there for our base 5 system. And these are the only digits we have to use. So for our place values, in base 10, we should know that we have the 1's place value, the 10's place value, and the 100's place value. Now, of course, we have thousands, millions, billions, trillions, all that. But we're just going to deal with 1's, 10's, and 100's for now. And in the base 5 system, we have 1's, 5's, and then we have 25's place value. After that, we have 125 and on from there. But we'll only deal with the 1's, the 5's, and the 25's place value. Okay, so really what we have to understand the difference between base 10 and base 5 is that when we say there's 10 ones, let me see if I can count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so in the base 5 system we have 10 ones. We have one set of 10s, which is equal to these 10 ones here, or 10 sets of these is going to be equal to one of these big blocks. Running out of room here. Okay, so for each time we have 10 of these, it makes one of the next place value. So 10 ones is equal to one of the 10's bar, and 10 of these 10's is equal to a 100's. And 10 of the 100's would be equal to 1,000. Okay, so for the 5's place value, we actually only have these 5 ones here. We have a 5's place value there, and then after that we're going to have the place value of 25. Okay, so now to do our addition, we have the problem 432 plus 23 in our base 5 system. So what we're really showing here is in our ones column we have 2. In our 5's column, right here we have 3, which I'm going to represent as circles that are bigger. And in our 25's column, which I'm going to write out here, in our 25's column we have 4. Okay, so to add 3, if we were to add 3 of our 1's here, we would equal 5. So we know that once we have 5 1's, this actually equals one of these 5's here. So we now have 0 1's in this place, so we can drop down 0 here. What we know here in the 5's column is we have 4. And what we have here left in the 25's column is 4. So our answer is 440 base 5. And to do our subtraction problem, we have 342 minus 213 base 5. So what we're going to show here is in our 1's column we have 2. In our 5's column we have 4. And in our 25's column we have 3. Okay, so what we're going to show here is that we're going to subtract 3 1's, but we don't have 3 1's to take away from, do we? We only have 2 1's left here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to break down this set of 5, so we're going to cancel this here, And we're going to break it down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. Now we can take away, I'm just going to cross them out, 1, 2, 3 ones from over here. So we're left with 4. Now we've already crossed out one of these, so we can say that we have 3 left. And 3, we have to subtract 3, which really isn't 4 anymore. 3, we're going to subtract 1 from that. So if we're going to cross out 1, we're left with 2. And then we have 3 over here, and we're going to take 2 away, and we are left with 1. So we have 124 base 5 over here. Now we can show that by doing this problem the way that we normally would do in base 10. We have to subtract 3 from 2. We're going to have to cross out this. We're going to have to borrow from it. And we're going to change this to 3. And instead of adding 10 like we normally would, if we were going to take from the base 10 system, this number would change to 12. But we're actually taking from the base 5 system. So when we take a number from here, we're adding 5 to these ones. So 5 over to here, we're going to pretend it went over to here. 5 plus 2 is 7, so we have 7 now over here. And 7 minus 3 is 4. And then we could do automatically 3 minus 1 is 2, and 3 minus 2 is 1. And we're left with 124 base 5. Now it's very easy in this transition here, in borrowing and taking away or adding 2, to go back to our base 10 system, because that's what we're so used to. So we just have to remember that when we're borrowing from over here, we're not adding 10 because it's not a base 10 system, we're only adding 5. So instead of this number being 12, it can only be 7. And the same is for when we borrow from over here. When we borrow from over here, we have to remember that we're borrowing a set of 25, which is much different than borrowing a set of hundreds. And that is base 5 addition and subtraction.